together, and this is one of ours.
Okay, can you tell me what it's about?
It's we kind of we've all had family losses and things like that, and as a father and son, it's a kind of father-son song, family song. It's about
one light. Somebody's on their way.
Who we are to have what we have.
Jason, you're the first one in. What's up, bro? I thought I was gonna get to watch some of whatever the hell I was watching. Oh no, there's a prime. Watch out. Who's number 2 in here on me? Ah, TMB. My long-time viewer, first-time chatter. What up, brother? Oh, Lordy. Paul, how's it going, bro? Ah, Grant. Did I tell y'all that Mr. Grant sent me a big-ass stack of license plates? Thank you, brother. They was awesome. They came in 2 packages in that box that he sent. I opened one and Grandma opened one. So, for us old hillbillies, that was Christmas in the middle of the summer. Prime, you don't have any lights, Budro. That's a good reason to stop driving of a night. There, and now you got some when he stepped on his brakes. I hate it when that happens. Oh, there they went out again. Yeah, only when he steps on the brakes. Well, say hello to the wife. Howdy, howdy. Is she watching? She is. I might flash her. See? She just got flashed. Okay, it's a wing. Oh. Oh, goodness. Well, I've had a pretty decent day. TMB, hauling Chevy and GMC truck parts to Fort Wayne. Well, cool, dude. I'm happy for you. Maybe that'll get you back to making a paycheck. That beats that several, what'd they say, 5 weeks or something? It beats the heck out of that. But I woke up in Dallas this morning, as y'all know. Oh, just finished eating. Had that barbecue chicken and rice and stuff that I brought out from, what was Saturday night when me and Grandma fixed it. And it was still dead gum good. No word on the shirts. Small chance I'll get in early Friday. If I can get in early enough Friday, I'll go see that young lady and see just what kind of progress she has made. Evidently this is a trainer and a student. At least he's making the young man or person, I don't know if it's man, woman, young, old, but at least he's making the trainee do the work. He is holding a flashlight for him. That's all right. This is a little dark mom and pops here in Arkansas. Where am I? Clarksville, Arkansas. They're calling for rain. Cut it hard, Prime, and you got it, buddy. Keep going like you're going. You're going to be tight on this side. Right now, he should be getting out and walking over here to look at this side. How come I got 5 viewers and 3 likes? Somebody mad at me? You're in Arkansas, Paul? I thought you was up east somewhere. Knows I didn't call him a Yankee. I'm scared of him. Okay, the trainer's just standing on the corner of the big truck that he has to back around. All he's doing is saying, here's the truck. That's a good trainer. Oh, don't hit them dumpsters. You had that nose swing coming around. Ah, you did good, young lad. You did good. Are y'all enjoying this? Easy. Well, you're fixing to hit it. Yep, you just bumped it. That was with the cattle guard, I think. Sometimes I go crazy watching this. Let's see. Supposed to be dadgummit, Jason. You know better than that. Lake Village, Arkansas. Very northeast bottom. Northeast bottom. North is up, dude. Can't handle the east. I'm heading east. Southeast, thank you. Don't get me confused. I'm confused enough. Lake Village, I think I've been through that. Ain't that down there, what is that, 65 or something? That's good on both Jason and Paul. Jason's wanting to watch Prime back in. Let's see. Well, no, I've got this programmed in. Let me skip my fuel stop. I run down now. What is that? 5:30 out of Little Rock and zigzag down there. I'm heading towards Monroe now. Let's see. Yep, 5:30 to 67. What did I call it? 65 to 79 and all that good stuff. Down through El Dorado. So, but I'll be trucking over that way tomorrow. Oh, dadgum, everybody dropping off. I must have made somebody mad not letting them watch the truck back in. But anyhow, I kicked off those 4 drops there around Dallas and Fort Worth. And went and picked up a load of scrap paper. It was actually envelopes. No, business envelopes with a see-through plastic window, and that's how they was marked, with plastic windows. I'm like, what? Then when I went to the back and seen what they had put on, I understood. So, ran that to the yard, dropped it, grabbed this one and took off. I had probably another hour I could have ran today, but I'm just tired. I've been shut down 37 minutes. Yeah, I could easily ran another hour, but I was lazy. I was hungry is what I was. Oh, here I sit. Grant, you starting back to work tomorrow. You do any cooking, take you some food out, save $1? Oh. Yeah, I already took my evening meds, so I'm good on that. I used to set an alarm so that it would tell me when to take my meds. Oh. Alright, y'all give me something to chat about. Come on. Get a little interactive here with me. Don't make me carry this all by myself. I'll bore me to death. Hell, I'm stuck in this truck with me all day long. Oh, there's somebody made it back. It all said I had a decent signal, so is it my signal or y'all's? Evidently, Prime's going to have his students straighten it up. Yeah, but did you make any take to work with you tomorrow? Better yet, did you make me one? You a big boy, but I think I'd take you if it's a good enough burger. And don't forget, your wife likes me. She gonna help me out. Oh. Nope, neither one, Jason. It would have been an old Mack that I drove in the oil field. A big truck. No. Alright. That's more like it. You can go ahead and eat mine tomorrow night for me. Make sure I enjoy it. I don't do onions. No onions on it. Actually, very rarely do I listen to any of the radios anymore. I used to carry tons of cassettes and stuff with me. Used to scan the radio like crazy before they had the seek button. And I used to rock out a lot when I was trucking. Then when Series came out, I had Series forever. They made me mad. I let them go not long after 9/11. I tell you how far back that goes. When Grandma was out here with me, we listened to a lot of stories on tape. Those are addictive. Oh man, you can be tired and slap one of them. Well, I can, me and her. And we'd get listening to them stories and trucking it up, and it'd be time to quit, and I didn't want to quit. Luckily, we had paper logs. I didn't have to quit unless I was right there. Oh, Lordy, it's been years ago. I can't even think of when the last time I was over there. Right now, Michael's over there around Eastern PA somewhere. Nowadays, for the last several years, if I'm not on the phone with somebody, I'm just riding along with my own thoughts. That can be scary. Y'all wonder where I come up with this crap? Driving alone, just thinking. You think it's scary on there, you ought to be in here. Ooh, boy. That'll get you. I just today I was trying to surf and find some music or something to listen to. There was one song that came on, old rock and roll song that I liked, but got to listen to half of it faded out. I just caught it too late. I just ride along and talk on the phone to different people and rest with my own thoughts. So, and here last couple of days, I've had a couple of drivers that have had some issues that have called up wanting to talk and get a little Papa Joe advice. Yep, hate and discontent. Well, they really haven't said anything. I called him today and talked to him, the driver that had threw my name in the hat. Good evening, RG. Yeah, that's about the size of it. I carry one, but about the only time I turn it on is when I see a bear, or we get in a little bit of construction or a traffic jam. I'll turn it on and hopefully I'll hear what I need to do to what lane and all that, but I just don't like it anymore either. I've gotten to be a bit of a grumpy old fart, and I try to keep it to myself. Every once in a while I bust loose on y'all, but you know, I'll go on one of my rants and tear up the world and then post it for y'all to laugh at me. But CB's a necessary evil. I went years without even having one in here. Probably 3 or 4 years I didn't even have one in here. Then me and old Pork Chop started running together, and I put one back in here. I had one in the other truck of Larry's. Then when I slipped into this truck, I didn't put it in. And I just had it laying in here. And JT, he's the shop manager, the one that he's truck driver. They just got him back in the shop again, filling in until Larry can find somebody. He's his go-to shop manager. He'd rather be out here trucking. JT would. But he's all but part of the family. Larry's known him since he was knee-high. You know, he's worked for, his family's worked for Larry's family for damn near as long as he can remember. But he had seen my CB in here, and it's so old, it's got the side mount on it. And it was a 4-pin, I think. Yeah, I think it was a 4-pin. So I had to get it rewired, the mic that is, and still wasn't worried about getting it put in. And JT finally seen it, drilled a hole in the side up here of this headache rack and put it in. Or header, not headache rack. So, every blue moon I turn it on. I just ain't got no desire to hear all the cussing and nonsense and stupid stuff anymore. Used to be, I was one of them on there doing all of the above. I used to cuss so bad I'd make a sailor blush. And I had more ways to agitate you and get you upset than you can shake stick at. I used to be a professional. Oh. Oh, yeah. And that was something used to drive me nuts, too. I didn't have one. Every once in a while, I was swapping and trading like we all did back then. And every once in a while, I'd get one that had a Connex board. But I wasn't into all them toys on them. That wasn't my cup of tea at all. Now, I got where I could reach out and touch somebody. I used to talk a little Skip. I'm putting more money into the CB setups than any sane man should have, but didn't a lot of us, you know. I'll tell you what, do you remember getting the old glow stick and putting it on your antenna and having enough power in here that you'd light up the glow stick? Yeah. Or else you'd be beside somebody in the truck stop and melt some of their stuff. Oops, time to go. We'd be chatting on the radio and bleeding over on their TVs and stuff and making people mad. That's how the wife and kids used to know that I was almost home. I'd be coming around the loop there at the house, and I'd be firing up, harassing those guys at the truck stops and whatnot, because I'd take my truck onto the house. And I'd start bleeding over on the telephone and on the TV, and they'd say, "Daddy's almost home." Yeah. Oh, yeah. We used to tease them about that electric bill. Well, see, and that's what they was worried about when they started coming out with these computer trucks. There for a little while, the company that started bringing these computer trucks out here, they wouldn't let you run a big radio, no kind of power, you know. They was afraid we would go melt stuff in their trucks. I wish we had I'm glad we didn't. So, yeah. I used to have fun. I used to sell dogs out here. I'd be on there running. Anybody want to buy a dog? I said, he got papers. He's about 12 weeks old now. He don't go potty in the truck or nothing. What kind of dog is it? Damned old corn dog from the Flying J. But I still got the papers it came with. Oh. No, I didn't run the Texas Star. I know a lot of boys that did. I got a buddy, he still has got a CB shop there in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. We call him Skateboard. He can, he don't have a whole lot of equipment left anymore that he sells. He does a little swapping and trading. Takes care of a lot of the locals' radios and whatnot. The police and the sheriff department, all the locals running around there. They still have a fairly decent CB group in that area. But he was one of them used to fix my stuff up. Then I had a guy that had been in the Navy. I tried not to hold it against him. And he had been a radar technician and radio operator, and he had his act together on the radio. And yeah, I used to run a Galaxy 33, and it was a good one. Oh, he was actually, he was a bull hauler for the longest time, and he got hurt, and then he started doing the skateboard thing. We called him Too Loose Skateboard. And he was too loose. Galaxy 99. Oh, well, I had a 33 that was pumped up pretty good. I used to know a little bit about them radios. I didn't work on them. I've got a radio shop right there in the truck stop down by the house where I park up. Went in there and asked him one day, right after I talked to, or got on with Larry, and I was going to have him match up my radio and my antenna. You remember how we used to have them matched? Okay, that's one of them trucks that starts itself. I was eating dinner and I heard it start up. And he basically called me an idiot. Told me that these radios came out of the factory already matched up to them antennas, and that if I just wanted him to take my money, I could just give it to him and not make him have to get in the truck. I said, "You have a good day, sir." And I walked away. And back in the day, we matched everything up. You remember having your own little dial where you would set your SWRs and all that stuff? I just ran across mine in the garage the other day. It was in a box of old trucker stuff. How many of y'all still got boxes of trucker nonsense where you cleaned out your truck and just threw everything in a box? And I've got a few of them around, and Grandma keeps telling me I need to go through them. I tell her it's all good junk. I don't want to throw it away. Yep. Exactly. You know, you got to tune them. I call it matching them. You know, you got to make them work together. I had them leftovers that I brought from the house. He was asking me what I had to eat for dinner. Saturday night, I told y'all Monday that me and Grandma just threw some chicken in the oven and did some barbecued chicken and some kind of wild grain rice and herbs and ranch style beans. That's what I had tonight. I picked there was enough for us to eat that meal and me to bring one out. So that's what I did, and that's what I had tonight. Oh. You don't have to keep them that long, Grant. You can get rid of them. Actually, all my logbooks are in the filing cabinet. Mama uses them. She's kept them over the years so that if they ever audit my taxes, she can show, look, here's where he was out. And I told her, I said, actually, we're cheating ourselves. Why? I said, because I've showed more time off at the house than I really took. But, you know, tit for tat. What the heck? Oh. Right. Well, that was an added deal. They would put that in on your Connex board. And one buddy of mine, Scooby-Doo, he had a whole separate box made and had dials on there. And he must have had 30 or 40 or more different of them toys on there. Of course, his favorite one was the old Rebel deal. So he'd get playing that thing. Would you quit playing that? I keep hitting my head standing up. Oh, yeah, buddy. It was fun back then. It's what I've told a lot of these new drivers. They really don't have a clue what they missed, and it's not coming back. You know, you hear all these hands out here trying to make it come back. It ain't going to happen. And it can't, you know. If you could relive the past, wouldn't we all go back to when we was 20 and change some stuff? Hell, let's go back to when I was 9. I quit smoking. No, never mind. I don't want to live them next few years. Or I don't want to relive them. No. Yep. Well, and you can do your split birth on that. I mean, even when we had to staple together logbooks that you wasn't supposed to tear a page out of, how many of you had a damn razor blade in there to cut them pages out? Tell the truth. I've cut my share, I guarantee you. Oh. I'll be back. I'm doing a headstand. Mountain Dew. I keep them in the floor where the floor vent is blowing on them. Oh, goodness. That's like my ex-wife, not this grandma, the mother of some of my kids. I got to the house, had a few days off, doing up the logbook, getting ready to take off again. And she had rode with me. And we were living in Missouri then, and we took a run down to South Texas. Took a couple of days off down there to visit some folks. Got back up in Missouri, and I had a couple more days off. Actually, that's another story. On the way back up, down by Corpus Christi in that area, it was plumb hard to get freight out of there. They wound up getting me a load of washed hides, bull hides. And I told her when we went to pick them up, I said, you need to use the bathroom, take care of everything. We got some sodas and drinks and eats and stash them in the truck. I said, we go over here and pick up. I said, we're going to go pretty much non-stop. Why? I said, we're going to outrun the smell. And we got them picked up, and I shagged for hours. And she was begging me to stop so she could use the bathroom. And I hit a rest area, and she had to walk past that trailer. And when she got back in, she says, I understand. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, them hides would stink, and it was hot. Oh, Lordy. And take you forever to get your smell out of your trailer. How many times you use the old coffee trick? But anyway, where I was going with that story, we got all that taken care of and got back to the house. I took a couple of days off, and I'm working on that logbook, and she's watching me. And she's like, why are you lying? You don't have to lie, you know, you can make that all legal and do that right. I'm like, I gotta stay in practice. Yeah. And that was my mentality back then. I had to stay in practice. Right? Yard and pond, the pond's fine. Getting a lot of turtles in it. We got a couple of loggerheads that we put in there. Big ones, old ones. Then we got some long-nosed rascals. I don't know what they are. I'm about ready to start target practice, and I ain't gonna lie. The boy Robert went down there fishing, and he caught a decent-sized bass. So I was glad to know I didn't lose all of my fish when we drained it. I wish that truck would turn off so I could put my window down. The yard was getting where I couldn't mow a bunch of it because it was so wet. Well, on Mother's Day, I got out there Mother's Day morning and took 2 or 3 hours and did a bunch of mowing up on the front part around the house for Grandma. And I did get to mow a bunch of it that had been too wet. And I'm hoping this weekend that I can do some drastic mowing out there. But man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I just love the way it's looking. I mean, I really do. I love the way it's looking. I finished mowing the other day and Grandma had brought me a drink out. We peeked around the end of the fence there and I said, damn, that looks good. And she agrees. We've still just got so many projects to do. I want to take that wooden fence down. I've got everything off of it. I want to take it down, and where it's at, I want to build her a raised garden there. And but like I said, I've just got so many projects and so little time and money. So, dadgummit. Let's see. I had 2 logbooks, not me. I was legal. What's up, Andrew? Right? Well, we used coffee, not bleach. I wound up putting, I bet, 5 or 6 pounds of coffee in one. That chicken outfit that I hauled for out of Missouri, they was a true old school outlaw chicken outfit. And every once in a while we would haul scrap chicken, all the guts and all that stuff. Oh, that was a nasty load too. And he tried to use the same trailers for it. And I got stuck with one of them nasty smelling trailers. Made my delivery. I was, me and Grandma had a long distance relationship going then. We gave Ma Bell a lot of money. And I wound up getting laid over the weekend. Somewhere over there on the East Coast. I don't remember where. Good, that thing shut down. But I was going to be picking up t-shirts. And they went in there and I'd already had it washed out. Used to do the lemon spray and all that. And did all that, and I'd put a pound of coffee in there. And he closed it up. Ran the reaper way down low, trying to freeze it. All the old tricks. I got over there and he's like, oh Lord, no. He's like, I can't put nothing in here. Well, it's too late to get anything else, so I got shut down there for the weekend. And I'll bet you 5-6 pounds of coffee in that thing. And when I went back over there Monday morning, opened it up, he said, well, it smells like coffee. I guess that beats what it did smell like. I can do this. But back in the day, well, I've seen a lot of trucks going down this road, and it looks like it's residential. Yep. Don't you remember that? I tell you what, now it's gone now. How many of y'all was ever up there at Mount Eagle, the Mount Eagle truck stop? Boy, I put in some time up there. They got that brake check area. They used a DOT in there. I had Little Joe with me. Oh, Lordy, he was probably 11 or 12. And they had that DOT check going up there, and there was no way I was going through that. We had some trashy equipment back then. The truck was fine, but the trailer I had wasn't worth nothing. So I stopped up there at the Mount Eagle truck stop. Got talking to them boys out there in the garage. And they told me, well, if you ain't wanting to go through that, do this and fall off the side of the mountain. And that's what I did. And boy, that was a road there now. Then when we got down there to the bottom of it, we came into a town. All of a sudden, here's a town. And the police is blocking the road, so we had to stop. Was the first one they stopped. Here's a parade going by. And it's like, okay. So when they got done with the parade, they let us go. We're the first vehicle to follow the parade. People stand on the side, got that arm disease going, and Little Joe standing here in the middle by the gear shift, and he just laying on that air horn. He had a blast. Wasn't no real truck stops around, but there was a tire shop. What up, Stone? Well, we pulled into that tire shop, and I said, first off, where the hell am I? And second off, what did I just get into? And it was Fort Payne, Alabama. That's where the group Alabama's from. And they have Alabama Days. And they have a big old parade, and Alabama would put on a free concert for the locals out there. For the longest time, we had hats and stuff from the tire shop. But Little Joe talked about that for years. Let's see. $679 miles. Is that all you did? You damn rookie. Man, I did that before I even got up this morning. Oh, Lord, no. I ain't got no train horns. Hell, they'd give me a headache now. So, yeah, the biggest thing I fear about this tablet is trying to get the information from one to the other. I ain't good at that stuff. I don't remember all them passwords and usernames and IDs, and Little Joe could help me with some of it over the phone. Oh, well, where you at, Stone? I just read your message saying you didn't know where you was going, but it's gonna be cool. So where you at and where you going? Where you been? What you doing? How come you ain't driving? Oh, see, I'll question him. I ain't scared of him. No, he ain't here, so no, I ain't scared of him. Did that trainer fire you yet? Oh, goodness. See there, y'all got a couple old stories out of me. See how you are? And you mess with me? Not only did I have those other things, I got me a box of Whoppers. You better believe it. Oh, I tell you, boys and girls, I used to be one of the best in stirring up some nonsense out here. I had one woman driver. There wasn't too many of them out here back in the day. I had one. I thought she'd go whoop my ass. Oh. Ran out of hours. I'm on a high value load, so I'll say that I drove through Oklahoma, Kansas, and part of Colorado. So you're in Lyman, cool. Oh, you ain't supposed to tell us where you're at. Oh. Oh, hell, you're a dream student? That means he can't wake you up to drive your shift? No, you didn't, but you know. Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell you where you was at? Yeah, I got going. It used to be sweet out here. You know, there'd be a half dozen of us get together of a night. The roads weren't near so busy, and we'd just go trucking. I mean, eat up them miles. Everybody get to harassing each other. So, yeah, he is. He's on a high volume load. He's got to be secretive. Don't tell. So we won't hound him on that. But we'd got rolling down through there. We'd had 2 or 3 hours under our belt, and yep. So I told him, I said, well, next rest area, I'm gonna have to stop and feed these puppies. What? You got puppies? Shouldn't open that door. Yeah. I started laying it on them. Yeah, I said, I gotta stop and hand feed them. I said, you know, I'll put a dish of milk down there, but I gotta hold them by the tail while they're eating. Otherwise, they'll tip over into the food bowl, the milk bowl, and drown. And, oh my Lord, what kind of puppies are they? I said, they're Rottweiler and Chihuahua. Say, what? Oh, yeah. And I just keep laying it on them. You know, the Chihuahua climbed the ladder to success, and now the Rottweiler mama done had puppies. And I just keep going on. So, I had to use the bathroom. That's why I was talking about having to hit the rest area. So I went in and cut up, and she followed me. And she parked up pretty close to me. And she was wanting to see these puppies. She wanted one. I'm like, lady, it was a line of bull. There ain't no damn puppy. Oh, she was mad. She ate it up hook, line, and sinker, and she wanted a damn puppy. So, oh, the good old days, right? You try something like that nowadays, they'd probably shoot you. Like I said, I used to stir it up out here. Oh yeah. And I'm about to go to bed. Got my fuzzy slippers and my pink pretty red gown, and I'm about to go to bed. They said they finally came in and busted him. That was in Oklahoma City. They said they finally came in and busted him. I was glad. Oh, man, that went on forever. He had to have some kind of recording set up on it. See, that was something else I told him. I've told some of these new drivers out here that that's like this little mom and pops I'm at now. Used to be, you pull in there and you can park up. You go in there to that fuel attendant and you can ask them, where's so-and-so at? Well, that bed. And the fuel stops and the fuel attendants and whatnot, they knew that area, and they would tell you how to get where you needed to go, tell you how the customer was. And we had people on CBs that would, you could be coming into town and you holler and ask them, where's Americold at? They'd tell you how to get there, the best route. It used to be cool. It's kind of nice to play incognito, but it sucks at the same time. Oh well. When I'm in the jump seat, I sneak a picture here and there. I will get a dash cam when I get my own truck for sure. Okay. I never did do the dash cam part. I got tons of pictures laying around somewhere. Did a couple of videos out here on the phone that should be up there somewhere. Beautiful country out here. Oh. Yeah, but there was enough people on the radio back then that if it wasn't sounding right, somebody'd start warning y'all pretty quick. Oh no, Ed. Hell, if you want to give your money away, just send it to me. I used to play blackjack back in the day, but then they started with that 2 and 3 decks, and I'm told nowadays they got it up like 10 or 20 decks. I don't know. I know they got a big old thing full of cards. Well, like the casino needs a better advantage than they already got. But back when it was 1 deck, I'd go in there and I'd play blackjack with them. I'd take $100, which was a lot, and I'd spend the weekend, a 3-day weekend, playing cards and have a room. Back then they used to all but give you a room and a meal. What in the world happened out there? Nowadays their rooms are stupid crazy high and their meals went crazy. And we used to get the breakfast, you know, 2 eggs and a biscuit and bacon and whatnot for 99 cents. They used to use all that stuff to lure you in. Not no more. There was a Sam's, something Sam's, a truck stop out there. Who remembers what that was? It had a casino in it. I think it was Sam. Nowadays there's a TA out there and all kinds of stuff. That flashing green light's starting to get to me. I would blame Obama, but he's not in office. Seen somebody did something on my feed line saying that they was going to arrest John Kerry immediately. That shit ain't going to happen. They ain't going to arrest him. More news. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see, what'd you tell me to call you? Jeffrey, I think? So what's going on there? Sense? I just call you Sense. There's an old school chicken truck. We used to call them a Christmas tree. Well, I'm saying this road has got a lot of truck traffic going down it, and it looks like it's a residential street. It is what it is. There's the answer. There's a Walmart truck coming back out. No, it's a Martin pulling a Walmart trailer, so there's a Walmart DC down there. What up, Diesel Dog? Back to that bar? Okay. Yeah, but if he's building a cat, chances are it ain't for a truck no more. If it is, it's an owner-operator. Yeah. Swift bought out MS Carriers a long time ago. They bought out Sweet Simon, too. Here comes Stinky. What up, Joe? Yep. Every blue moon, you'll see that old skunk on top of one of them. I always thought it was funny. They had said they had to change the name. No, you didn't. When Swift bought them out is when they changed the name, if I remember correctly. Oh. So I'm on my way down to Duck Commander's area. Mine ain't a high sensitive load. Mine's brake drums. They weigh about 110 pounds a piece back there. Ain't no thief wanting to pick up that kind of weight. So it'll stay in there. Oh. Hillbilly barbecue, huh? I don't remember no barbecue joint up there in Knoxville. Got a load of chicken beaks, do you? Well, last week I had to carry a load of chicken teeth. Oh. As rare as a hen's tooth. I'm a watcher. I sit around watching. I can't help it. It is what I do. I want to find out about my t-shirts, dadgummit. I'm ready for one. I've done decided that me and Grandma and Little Joe's gonna get the first 3 made. I just ain't decided what saying I want to put on them. Little Joe's done a lot to help this YouTube channel. $13 goals and 58 pull-ups. No, Petro used to be one of my favorite places to stop up there in Knoxville. When I was running Ford Freight, they had the Streak and Beacon there, and they had halfway decent food in that Petro back then. Then the TA took them over. I didn't go down that TA. There was 2 TAs if I remember correctly. Yeah, there was a TA by the Petro. Then there was a TA 3 or 4 miles down the road in town. The TA by the Petro wasn't too bad. When I started my walk with the Lord, I'd go over there and visit with that pastor once in a while, that chaplain. There was a chaplain at both of them, Petro and TA. But that TA in town, that was a good place to get in trouble. There was a pilot down in that area too, and that was a good place to get in trouble. Me and Scooby-Doo, we was running Ford Freight together, and uh-oh. Right? Anyway, we would go through the Blue Beacon, and I always let him go through first because he got out there and he towel dried his truck. I didn't. I let mine drip dry. So he'd got his washed and pulled up there, and I got mine washed and pulled up. And here was this hot-looking chick walking that parking lot, and she had one with her that wasn't so hot. And I walked up to see how Scooby was doing, and I seen her, and she's a few trucks over. And I said, "Damn it, girl, check that out." And he said, "Yeah, that's a cop." Yeah. I said, "Well, it might be, but she good looking, cop." So he finished his truck. We parked up for the night, ran on down to Atlanta, did our drop and hook and whatnot, coming back up. And in Tennessee, if you get busted, they put your butt in the picture or in the paper. Sure enough, we got back up there and started hearing about all these truck drivers that got busted for solicitation. I said, my, oh my. And she was a good-looking rascal, too. I like me some smoked brisket now. Oh, yeah. Actually, I had one not too long back. I can't think of where I was at. He come walking around and had his little bucket of goodies. I said, "No, man, it's a company truck. It ain't got no real on it anyway. It's a plastic Peterbilt." Yep. Down there at Florida. Wildweed. Well, wildwood. I always call it wildweed. Another place that you could get it more stuff than you really wanted, including Trouble and Dead. Took that W9 I had down there, called like $300 and took all day, and I mean had them shine all that chrome on that rascal. When I came out of there, she was party. Matter of fact, I was just talking to a buddy of mine, well, the one that's threw my name in the hat for that other job. The Peterbilt he's driving for that guy's got a ton of chrome evidently, and he's already priced it out, and he said it's like $500 to get all his chrome done up. Like I just can't see it no more. Oh. That's what I owned, was a classic. Oh, yeah. See, now I tell you stories about Bakersfield, too. Grandma rode with me for a while. It was mostly when I was running the Ford Freight and the PetSmart Freight. That was when the kids were teenagers. And they could take care of themselves. So every once in a while, she'd jump on the truck. Well, when you're on dedicated runs like that, you know where to stop at. So I stopped at all the good places. And, JB, don't hit me. Oh, this ain't gonna be good. But his radio works. I can hear FM playing. You ain't gonna clear them trash cans. Let me go ahead and turn my lights on for him so he can see me. Oh, don't mind me. Y'all chat amongst yourself. I'm going to watch him, see if he can stab this without hitting me. Come on back. Well, he's missed me. Now let's see if he can get his nose to swing back around without clipping that other truck. Well, by golly, he did pretty damn good. And he's going to set his brakes and come look. This is one of them rigs where when he sets his brakes, the trailer drops. That's so crazy. Oh. Let's see what I missed here. Oh, West Memphis, I didn't stop there. Very, very rarely. That's nothing but trouble there. Huh. OTR all depends upon if you know how to work it and what company you get on with. If you're with the right company, yeah, it can be worth it. You're with the wrong company, nope, it ain't worth it. No, Paul, not when you're backing around me. I don't want to hear glass breaking. It's liable to be mine. Yeah, buddy. Alright, I turn my lights off now. Yeah, he did good. Now hopefully he'll turn his truck off. Don't back out into the weed there, youngin'. Let me put my window up. So anyway, Grandma rode with me when I was local, doing local stuff there, regional, whatever. And I knew all the good places to stop and dodged all the bad places. And then when we became empty nesters, first load we got was St. Louis to Bakersfield. And I was chuckling all the way out there telling her, you fix to get educated. We got out there to Bakersfield early, middle of a Sunday. And here's this halfway decent looking girl walking around out there playing with a dog and all this. We're on the CB making fun of her. And my wife's getting mad. And why are you making fun of her? I said, she's a lot lizard. How do you know? I said, I've been out here a while. Trust me, that's a lot lizard. So it finally started getting dark. Knock, knock, knock. And here's this girl. And she's going truck to truck. And this happened all night long. They came out of the woods. Y'all know how it is. And just kept knocking on them doors all night long. So we went over to that, and we was at the Fifth Wheel up there. And it had that restaurant off over on that side. So we went over there to have breakfast. And talking to a couple of the drivers that we'd been talking to Sunday. And the wife told him, says, I'm just going to make a sign and put it in the window. Wife on board, don't need no help. And they said, they'll be knocking and asking, does your wife want company? She, no, they won't. I said, oh yeah, they will. And she's like, how come we didn't have any of this before? And I said, I knew the good places to stop. We're in Bakersfield. There ain't a good place to stop. Yep, and she remembers that place. Well, she don't remember the name of it. Every time I have to tell her, it was the Fifth Wheel. So, excuse me. Back in Orlando. I tell you, I don't have nothing good to say about Prime. Now, they've changed a lot since I tried them. That's who I went with to teach Grandma how to drive. I was a very seasoned driver. I had over 15 years under my belt. I knew how to make money out here. I knew how to keep the door shut and the road truck going down the road. I couldn't make no money with Prime for nothing. There are others that swear that it's the best company ever and they're making money hand over fist. Oh, do your own homework. Now back then they did not have any company drivers, and today they do. So I'd be leery. And Danny Herman, I really have never heard much about them. They've been out here a while. I ain't never really heard much about them, so I can't really comment on them. But Prime, use lots of caution. Do your homework. Yeah, the Dallas Pike over there by the Ohio line. Shit, they had a bar and everything there. You're welcome. Yeah, Dallas Pike was notorious. There was another one over there in Ohio. Had a bar over there by the motel. Trying to remember. Was that on 75, I think? About halfway up through it. Oh. What's up, Alex? I got a grandson named Alex. Are you my grandson? Nope, you're in Maryland. That ain't my grandson. He's in Missouri. Yeah, Dallas Pike. That was a big, notorious one. The only problem with it was getting parking because it was so damn popular. Old boy down there in Georgia lived across the street from me. He went back to driving a truck. He'd got off the road and played police dispatcher and all this, got fired. Imagine that. So he got me on with Roadrunner. And I was having to go back OTR because the wife had got hurt and couldn't work. And never have since. But he was giving me a ride up there to the Detroit area to get a truck. And we got to that big one there in Ohio on 75. And he trying to back this thing into this hole, and I'm sitting over there about to go nuts. Finally, I said, you want me to back this damn thing in or what? And he looks at me like, okay, show me. Shit, I backed right on in the hole like you're supposed to. Just blew him away, and I'm like, dude, really? You know, you had 3 feet on each side. It wasn't hard. Used to be a lot of them. You're probably talking about in Lufkin. Had the Roadkill Cafe up there on top of the hill. What was the name of that? Had the big old Peterbilt up there. The Peterbilt's still there. The Peterbilt up in there. But they took the old truck stop and all that out. But that was in Lufkin, is I bet the one that you're talking about. That was I used to love that Roadkill Cafe. Oh. See, I told y'all I'd been out here for a couple weeks. Shit, for long, I might have a month under my belt. So many of them good old places. Raccoon Valley. I used to like that old truck stop. That was, give me a second. It was on 75. You had to go over Jellicoe. Dadgum, where was Raccoon Valley at? It was there in Tennessee. There's a pilot there now. The Raccoon Valley was on both sides. It had to have been on 75. And actually, that little old fuel stop up there on top of Jellicoe wasn't bad. It had a Dairy Queen in it, but it had something else before the Dairy Queen, but that wasn't a bad joint. Where in the world was Raccoon Valley at? I don't remember that one, but I didn't go up that way much. No. I'm a southern boy. I've always tried to stay south. Oh. I don't remember the pizza guy, but I definitely remember Cadillac Man. Something Coyote. You remember them down there out of El Paso? Oh, they had some big old radios. I was literally in Detroit before and heard their skiff coming all the way in up there. No. Dude, I don't know about the new Dart. The old Dart sucked. The only time I know of them was back when they still had cab overs and stuff, and that was a long time ago. According to the picture on the back of their trailers, you can make a fortune off of them. But then there's another one that's got a big dollar bill on the side of it, tells you can make big bucks too. I tell you what, there's down there in Little Rock, North Little Rock, by the Petro, there's that black dude. He's from Texas. He's got a barbecue joint, and we came through there. Now, me and Mama ate out there several times, and we was out there on the highway, big wreck. I mean, traffic stopped both ways. He's on the radio hustling, and he's driving up and down the service road. He'd jump the fence and he'd bring sandwich to you. I said, now that man's hustling. Now, he had some damn good barbecue, too. More than once, me and Grandma stopped in there and got us a plate to eat at the time, and both of us got a plate to go. And we didn't have microwaves back then, either. Trucking has changed so much. Now, when my kids were little, I carried a bag of charcoal and lighter fluid. Would stop and hit a grocery store somewhere, get some hot dogs, hamburgers, stuff to go with it. Would hit a rest area. They had barbecue pits in the rest area. I also had one of the little propane bottle looking ones that I carried with me. It was strapped on the catwalk. And if you wanted to eat, then you'd set up in the back of the truck stop, or you would set up in a rest area and you'd cook. And if somebody came by looking hungry, you offered him a bite, you know? That's how we had to do it. Nowadays, you can cook in the truck. Oh. What the heck? Damn, ain't it changed. I came out, I guess, in 91. 90 or 91, and in them years, man, has it changed. Raccoon Valley Exit 117, that's off of 75, right? Well, Brando. Well, that's what I was talking about, Grant. That was where Cadillac Man and all them was at. You always heard them on the radio. I never did take one of their rides, though. There was just something there that I didn't trust. But they did it for years. Oh, yeah. I've even thrown horseshoes at the truck stops during them times. used to carry our own fold-up chairs with us. Oh. And I guess this plastic Peterbilt is going to idle all night. What fun. Oh. Well, when they came out with cell phones, that destroyed a whole lot of it out here. It wrecked the whole fabric of what we had. You didn't have to hang around in the truck stops and rub elbows with people waiting on a phone. You know, the microwave and all the stuff in here, you don't have to go into the restaurants anymore. You know, and I'm as guilty as anybody. You know, oh. You know, that's like when cell phones first came out, and I don't mean the bag phones, the real cell phones. I was driving for an old boy out of Chicago, and he got me a phone. Right? But I've smelt them lately too. But that was back when we still had all the roaming charges and all that nonsense. And he was a drinking man. And he would call me at all kinds of hours. Half drunk or all the way drunk, wanting to talk. And boy, did he get some big phone bills. And he'd get going over them, wanting to see if I had been running his phone bill up, and he found out it was him calling me. But he had told me when he gave it to me, he says, now when you get stuck at a ship or a receiver, just call them. Okay. And what's that going to do? He says, they don't know if you're a truck driver or dispatcher. Just talk to them like you're in the office somewhere, and it can help a lot. And that's what I started doing. I'd get hung up. If I was over an hour, I'd be calling them and telling them, you know, hey, we need our truck out of there. He got a load, blah, blah, blah. Many a time before I even got hung up with him, somebody out here knocking on my door, getting me into a dock. Oh, that don't work no more. Yeah, buddy. Well, that's what he was talking about earlier when I showed the tour of that truck stop. I did a little flash by of the phone room. And a lot of the old truck stops, you can still see the phone jacks there. How many drivers did you ever see with that phone here? They done ate and they done fell asleep with that phone in their ear. I'm guilty. Oh. Yeah, you'd call them before you even put in your order. Put in your order, get your food, eat it, and you'd still be on hold. Calling 1-800 numbers or else having a phone card. Trying to think of the name of that one where the girls would get on there with their banana pudding. That little old trashy dump. Well, it was a fun place to stop at. Oh, what was that? Exit 65 and 62 or something, and they always had a contest going, harassing each other. 5 minutes wasn't. It was when you were standing out there in the rain and the snow at that outside payphone. That's when you'd get mad. Then we got the pagers. Because you know the famous line, call me back in 5 minutes, driver. Back 10 minutes, driver. And you'd say, it's going to take at least an hour to get through this line again. Yeah. Then we got the pagers, and it's like, I got a pager. You get a load, page me. I'm going to bed. Oh. That's like when I started running Ford Freight. It was Paul, and I can't remember the son's name. Wanted to say Paul Jr., but shit, that sounds like the Tuttles. But the son, he loved to call everybody first thing in the morning. They'd get to the office like 5:30 in the morning, Michigan time. And we was always racing out there to Nogales. If I wasn't running Atlanta, I'd run Nogales. And we was always trying to beat each other on our time things. And he would start calling people early of the morning. And where you at, driver? Hell, I don't know. I'm in bed. You done ran until 3 o'clock in the morning. Then you'd go to bed for a few hours, maybe 4 hours, and get up and take off again. I know y'all remember that stuff, all them good 4-hour naps. So after he did this about 3 or 4 mornings, I told him, I said, dude, if you call me anymore, I'm going to start calling you at your house. So, bag phone, I remember it well. And go to the payphone. But, sure enough, next morning he called me again. So I waited until about 2 o'clock in the morning before I went to bed. And I called him. Where you at, man? I'm in bed. What are you doing? I was sleeping, Joe. What do you need? Oh, I'm just calling to tell you that come 5:30 in the morning, I'm going to be in bed. I just wanted you to know that. And I hung up on it. I did that 2 or 3 nights in the morning. He said, Joe, let's make an agreement. I won't call you at 5:30 no more if you quit calling me at 2 o'clock. We can do that. I mean, really. That's what you call training your dispatcher. And he knew how all of us ran. He was damn good at his job, and he knew damn good and well that we would get loaded whenever we could there in Detroit or wherever it was around that area. And we would just haul ass until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, stop, grab us 4 hours sleep, get up, was gone again. He knew we was racing to Nogales. You get down there, we had a restaurant, a pub actually, that we would go stay at. And you'd go in there and there's a chalkboard, and whenever you got in, you'd just write your name on that chalkboard. Well, it wasn't chalkboard, it was one of them magic marker boards. Whatever you call them. And then as empty trailers came back across, or loads of racks, whatever came back across, the company would call down to that pub, and she'd look at the top of the list, and you either took it or you didn't. If you didn't take it, she kept working her way down the list. Now, I was doing that when they had that mudslide down there in Mexico. Through that mountain pass there that shut down the Ford plant down there for about 3 months. Actually, I think it shut it down for about a month, but you hear all the whining. Good, he finally turned that off. Hear all the whining and crying. You would have thought it was 3 months. But she went down the list. There was an empty that came across, and a lot of times if you got empty, they wanted you to go get a broker load. And the majority of the hands didn't want a broker load. They wanted to get one of them load of racks where they could just haul butt back to Detroit. So nobody took that empty, and it got to me, and I was like 8th or 9th on the list. And I said, oh, hell yeah, I'll take it. So I took it. I got a rim job on the load that I had to go get, because there ain't nothing in New Galles. And I deadheaded, I don't know, 150, 200 miles to go get this load, and took off with it. After I took off with it, that's when that mudslide closed that road down there. Oh, them people tried busting my chops for the longest time. I tell them, no, I don't want to hear it. If you was on the list before me, you had an opportunity and you didn't take it. Oh, I was stuck down there for a month. Well, shame on you. You know? Bobtail back to Detroit. Yeah, don't try to blame me. Alright, folks. We've been on there pretty near an hour and a half. So, let's wrap this rascal up. People are falling off left and right. I appreciate y'all coming in and visiting. Another successful live stream. I doubt if I make it home tomorrow, so we'll probably try to do one again tomorrow night whenever I shut down. And you know how the weekend is. Just catch as catch can. So, alright, Paul, you enjoy your evening, brother. God bless you. Remember, the good Lord loves you. So do I. Y'all have a blessed evening now. Good night.